Hey guys, hey guys, Clumsy here. Time has come, Idaho is finally out. Welcome back to Clumsy Trucking. No robotic voice, aside from that one. Hopefully, a wild Clumsy appears, indeed. Let us see, thank you guys for joining. A couple of guys in chat already. Thanks for being the early birds that you are. Scotsman, ever first. I'm not sure how he does it. Super pro. Yeah. Hey Calvin, glad you made it. Casso, I'm not sure if he's still here, but he did drop by. He didn't want to spoil Idaho, so he couldn't stay. Completely understand, no problem. Thank you for joining. Yarbla, did you join Alex and Jack with the hunting session? Hey Blade Runner. Hey Patrick. Thank you guys, glad you made it. Risembul, welcome back. And Harry, good evening to you as well. Thanks for joining, guys. Finally getting a chance to check out Idaho in more detail and finally having the power of our mods back. Vanilla is nice and everything, but mods are nicer. Is that the right word? Probably not. So let's go ahead and load up the game. No new fancy mods to test out. I think we already have our hands full with an entire new DLC to check out. Idaho is here and we have the Cruising Idaho event that we have to tackle. It's perfect timing. Great event from SES. I know not everyone is in favor of that one because you can only do it if you have Idaho. Makes sense, right? But yeah, it's a perfect event for those who got the DLC. Because you want to explore all the cities anyway, might as well do an event while you're at it and get some rewards afterwards. Vlad didn't trust your aim. Yeah, he didn't join. We are driving with the K100 again. We are back with my maybe top or top 2. It's a very close match. I guess it's my top truck in ATS. Considering the frame rate, the optimization, the visuals, the feel, the vibe, and the engine that comes with it for sure. I guess you can already imagine what engine that will be. Of course, it's my favorite. Zeemod's Detroit Diesel Series 60. There's the truck in all its glory. And we have Project Next-Gen weather for the skies and the lighting. Very natural look. 2 a.m. for you now, Calvin. Yikes. Glad you made it, man. Let's open the windows. Crank that down. I have the truck info right there just so I can get a bit of an idea how my fuel is doing and stuff like that. But mostly we won't be looking at that. We also have Rex back there, a bit sneaky. Can hardly see him, he blends quite well. But yeah. There we go. There we go. You always buy ATS DLCs day 1. That's a good habit to have. Hey Tom. That's where we'll be going. So we'll be picking up the trailer at Beezer Homes here in Grand Coulee. Is that how you pronounce it? And we'll be making our way towards Sandpoint, entering Idaho via Spokane. And if I get any of the pronunciations wrong, just let me know. But that seems to be a perfect spot. We have a viewpoint right there. I thought we would start in the north, make our way down south, go through each of the cities one by one. Yes, I finally got the new version of PNG. This is 0.7 Photorealistic Experience, Project Next-Gen 2020, and all the different names you could think of. Should be an 8-shifter, and it should be 18 speeds indeed. It's been a while since I've drove with a manual, so I have to get myself acquainted again. Guess we can just make a U-turn here. I'll try and catch up with chat. Was up late playing Satisfactory. Ended up waking up late. Yeah, that explains it. Explains all the progress you've had in your game. You used your mom's credit card to buy the DLC. Own up to it. You sneaky you. Something is wrong with those textures. Not sure if that's caused by the DLC or it's really a known bug with the Grimes Real Company mod. Utah to Boise is so dull, nothing but highway. I saw some country roads there, maybe you have to reroute. Did your first trip into Idaho? SS did a beautiful job. Feel of small town America. I would have to agree, basing on what I've seen so far, the very limited things I've seen. Really liking it. Oh, this is quite a hard trailer to attach to at an angle. Let's see if that will do it. Yeah, I hardly get it the first time. That should be better, I think. So, hey Sky, welcome back. How have you been? There's our load. You can actually blame things on potatoes legitly now, thanks to Idaho. Idaho is pretty well known for its booming potato business, isn't it? That's perfect. Yeah, it is quite confusing, isn't it, Alex? Because he's been releasing like load orders and everything, but no, I haven't gotten any updates yet. So I think it's on the brink of release, but not quite there yet. Everything but the actual update. But maybe we'll be able to squeeze that in a very near in the future silent trucking episode, maybe for the weekend. Have to be very careful with this trailer, doesn't want to steer. Hey hipster, welcome back. How are you? We just there we go. So we're doing a bit of a warm-up, guys, starting from Washington. We'll make our way east and enter Idaho from there. Because the event requires you to have at least 100 miles in terms of the job that you do. So you can come pretty close to Idaho from the beginning. This is a super nice bridge. There's the dam. Lovely. And there's the jig brake. I was going to try get it, but I think I'd rather use the money on the new ATS DLC. Yeah, the only real question is when that will come. Might be a long wait. Did anyone watch the SES stream yesterday with the launch? I dropped by a couple of minutes. Couldn't stay though. Did he mention anything about Iberia? Yikes. This is hilly. No wonder that truck is having a hard time climbing as well. getting kicked out. Hopefully not, unless that's something you like. Hoping for the best there, Tom. Not a pretty factory, but it works. In the beginning, you would start with all this organization, all the alignments, and through time you have to improvise, and that's when all the magic happens. All the crisscrossing of the conveyor belts. Feel like you're naked without the sub badges. Yeah, the sub badges. Your name does look a bit different on chat. Hey Freddy, welcome back, man. Glad you made it. Have you tried Idaho yet? Stream was good, yeah. Great, especially that Pavel was there. Lots of insights. That's a nice tagline. Lower your highway MPH and raise your truck MPG, something along those lines. Oh man, that's slow. Jake brake isn't helping me much with this load. Oh, and by the way, has anyone seen if Traffic Maniac updated his traffic packs yet? The ones I have are still for 137, and I don't think those work anymore. Not the trailers, at least, from the last one we've seen. Also, I've activated the mod that you recommended, Alex, the one that changes those vans. Yeah, so we should have different variations now, DHL, Lace, and all the famous US brands. Not just always FedEx. Aerodynamic trailer. The one that's included in SES? Or which are you referring to? The one in ATS 2? Yeah, I don't find any fault with it. We've driven with that for quite a few hours already. Nothing bad. My goodness. So good, doesn't it? I think that might be thanks to Project Next-Gen. Hey Louise. This should be FOV 66 if I remember correctly. Yeah, 66. That's my favorite FOV. Just the right scale for me. Huge, huge hill indeed. Saving it for tomorrow. That's the perfect weekend getaway. Traffic Maniac updated his classic truck pack for 138. I'll have to download it. That's what I forgot. I knew I was forgetting something. Couldn't quite place it a while ago. Seen all the vids and squirrels. Yeah, that would be a good head start. See what I did there? I actually floated my gears. Man, that's a nice Mac AI truck. Beautiful. Yeah, the water looked a bit high, didn't it? Yeah, this is the only main problem with Project Next-Gen in my opinion. The getting too dark kind of thing, depending on the brightness of the sky. But it's quite real, it's just not very photogenic. Can we close our windows and see if these sounds are something we like? It's more controllable this way. You guys let me know if you are okay with this or if you prefer the louder, booming Detroit diesel sounds. Either way, I'm good. That should be in the mods list, if I didn't forget it. Should be under companies, I think. Not so sure now if I remembered to add it. I should have. Nice to see some planes flying around as well. Speaking of planes, everyone excited for FS 2020? Almost upon us. Had that issue with the first version. Haven't had a problem since it was updated. Ah, I see. Yeah, I think the first time I tried it, maybe it got updated already. Don't remember encountering that problem. Yar, Jack. How was hunting? I heard it was a bit shooty. You're a bit late, just in time, NL. Glad you made it. We haven't even entered Idaho yet, so we're still just warming up, getting familiar with the truck again. It's nice. This truck K100, couple it with the Zeemod's Detroit diesel engine sounds, and then get the real Eaton Fuller transmission. Was it by Galimim? I can't remember, but they're all in the Steam Workshop. It's nice getting so many possible transmission options, and so I got the one which was best for the highways. It should net us a little bit better fuel economy, but we'll see. Just coast along here. Line 173, there you go. Thanks, Alex. Any huge noticeable differences? I think the main differences are in ETS 2. With the weather, I think there are some new skyboxes, but not overly different. So, constant improvements, but nothing totally changing of the sort. This is interesting. Way station is all the way here on the left. Bit awkward. Make sure I don't hit the signs. Love Zeemod's engine sounds. Yeah. The Cat engine pack. Is it compatible with the Mac Anthem? Or they have to mod it in, make it compatible? 33 tons, no damage. Perfect. Thanks, Alex. I'll download it afterwards. It does seem to weigh, yeah. When you guys drive, how do you usually set up your windows? I guess it depends on the engine, huh? But for this, Zeemod typically has his sounds a bit on the lower volume level, so it simulates very good insulation from the inside. So with Zeemod sounds, you usually have to lower your windows like this to get really the full engine effect, which may or may not be your liking. His cat pack's a bit on the loud side. Oh, is it? Might have forgotten about that already. The window crank action. I love the double window crank action. Like, how can you have such long arms that you can reach both sides at the same time, cranking them both at the same time? Mr. Fantastic. It's compatible even if the description doesn't say so. Ah, nice. That's great. I haven't tried it that combination, I think. Because I remember needing to put the Detroit diesel, modding it in so it would be compatible with the Mac. Nice to see that the Cat is compatible by default. Yeah, that's why Rex is here. He's responsible for cranking the other window. Makes more sense. Cruise control. Let's have a look at that window. There we go. Cruise control 55 miles per hour. Weird behavior of the truck when it rains. What do you mean weird? Like physics-wise? Speaking of physics, I read it mentioned a couple of times in the forums. Apparently with 138 they changed the physics that your traction actually gets affected when it's raining now. It's more slippery. I haven't really encountered it myself, but maybe you guys have. Let me know your experience. Thanks for the host, Tom. Thank you for following, guys. Feel free to join us in chat. Say hello. I think my notifications aren't working 100%, or I must have missed some of them. My bad. About Idaho as soon as they released it. That's good. As soon as they pressed the button. Unfortunately, I wasn't on stream when they did it, but I heard from, was it PDX who was telling us about these things in Discord? By the way, guys, feel free to join us in Discord. ! Discord gets you the link. That's where we all have our insider discussions. Be part of the Cool Kids Club and join us. Cool kids might not be the perfect term. Disaster party, more like, huh? Yeah, unfortunately, probably Rohan will not be here. So I would imagine he wants to explore the DLC for himself and doesn't want to get spoiled. You've slipped a lot of times while raining. Ah, so it does happen. Yeah, because I have my rain probability turned all the way down, so I don't really encounter it as much. I think I have to be on the left lane. Almost close to realistic slippery motion. That's great. That's a very sneaky update. Thanks, Alex. Discord is where Clumsy secretly makes fun of us, or where you secretly make fun of me when I'm out. At least that's what I heard. The cool kid himself, hey Arias. How have you been? Glad you could join. Ah, there we are. Perfect timing from Arias. We are now officially in Idaho. So keep your eyes peeled. Let me know when you find something cool. Let's enjoy it. And this is nice. This is actually very different landscape from the southern part of Idaho. Because I remember the southern part of Idaho is pretty barren, yeah, deserty. This one is filled with grass and bushes and trees. It's very nice contrast. What do you guys feel about this junction? Is this proper proportions in terms of the ramp lengths? Is this something you see in the US? Northwest Boulevard. I pointed it out in the video, the first look video, but I really like the traffic light where they have the CCTV on top like that. Very nice attention to detail. So calm. Welcome back for real, Jack. Have you had coffee? Is that a huge donut? Have to have one of those soon. Maybe not. If you have an Allison transmission, massive engine, and floor it in the rain, you'll slip massively. Oh wow, because of too much traction? Or too high revs? Have to try that. Hey MJ, welcome to the stream. I also see a very familiar name. First time in the stream. Glad you made it, Bengan. Sorry, I know it's very late there. First time here. Good morning from, I'm going to mess this pronunciation up, from Sweden, maybe I say. Gothenburg. Thanks for joining, man, and thanks for the SSAO deep dive. Very tricky thing. Thanks Thanks for making all those detailed tests. $325. $325 there already. Oh wow. So CET +1. Yikes. Yes. Rabbinicus is not sharing his mods with the public anymore. He got pissed off with the pirates. Yeah. Another great modder becoming the victim of those thieves. I actually don't know the real deal, but that's what I heard at least. How do I make a U-turn now? Well, we can always turn right here. Because I did try to discover all of these. Very flowery area. Very lush. Very different vibe from the southern farth of Idaho. Can I even English? Hi there, Romanian. Indeed. We try and catch up bit by bit, chat guys, after I make it through this dangerous junction because of AI. There we go. Is that an actual road? Oh, climb the curve there. Scrolling through Reforma, Sierra Nevada, so someone described as too nice. Too nice to spot any bugs and errors. Sounds about right. I thought I was too negative. Wasn't I too negative? Now I'm confused. Yeah, I think I might not be a very good beta tester in that sense. I get happy too quickly. You already had Boise and 3 other cities already discovered. Ah, yes, the Great America map. I think I have the same. Actually, that's a good point. Let me try and check. Yeah, I do have some of these already discovered. Boise, Twin Falls. Only those two. And Lewiston, yeah. Good catch. Same problem with me. And let me reroute, and so we can pass through that viewpoint. We will actually be passing through it. And I think what's nice is we can enable the cutscenes to make sure we are seeing those nice views. Okay, that's enabled already. Yeah, such a shame, huh? Rabbinicus has amazing mods, but yeah, everyone has their limits. Being used with no permission and no acknowledgement. The nerve of some guys. Idaho is too great to litter. That's a nice sign right there. I lost my gears. Where am I? There you go. My GPU is maxing out a bit here. I think it's because of the number of trees. Can probably see a little bit of frame loss. Actually, haven't even taken a shot yet, huh? Which is very strange. Well, I guess we haven't encountered a huge bridge yet. That's the main that's the main explanation. Yeah. I'm sure Rabbinicus would have been very happy to share his mod because he has been sharing it already, but yeah, just need to credit properly. Speaking of huge bridges, here we go. Perfect timing. Too many pre-tequilas. Goodness. Speaking of tequila, well, we didn't have tequila, but we went finally to a Mexican restaurant yesterday. Miss Clumsy and I were able to go out after a long time. See the city again. Everyone was in masks, but it's all good. It's actually a train there. Scotsman, that one's for you. Bridge is a bit too straight for my liking, but maybe that's how it is in real life. I really like those bendy bridges, like the very subtle bends. But yeah, it makes the most sense having a straight one like this, I guess. There's the train. Let's try and race it. And yes, I noticed they have added a lot more pedestrians on the roads. Some trails there. Very nice. Seems like we are coming up to the viewpoint now. There's the train just chilling. You were too negative before you were too nice. Maybe I overdid it, huh? Either too positive or too negative. Can never please everyone. Well, I'll take that. I'd rather be too positive than too negative. With everything that's happening in the world, I think we all need a little bit more positivity. Well, not in the tests, but in our outlook. Very nice, cozy little stop here. I think this will give us a highlight of Sandpoint. Trying to hold off a sneeze. There we go. The city of Sandpoint, you can see in the lower right saying. Ooh, nice. Not too shabby. Eblem was getting frustrated over theft. Yeah, I'm not sure how they can prevent that. It's just... I'm not sure what the others gain from it, but it's becoming a thing. All the Sandpoints you can see. Sandpoint Visitor Center. Captain Seashell. This is nice. I like this. That's a train station, looks like. Yes, it is. I like it. I like that. I'm not sure if you'll do that more than once. Maybe from time to time if you're bored. But it's nice, you know. It's just a little rest stop like that one. Free city tour. Free drone footage. Too positive or too negative. Maybe if I get drunk it will balance out. Might be a good thing to try out. We'll see. Easter egg of Gollum and Sam from Lord of the Rings with the potato scene. Oh my goodness, I can somehow that somehow rings a bell, but I can't remember it fully anymore. This is a very interesting dangling warning sign. Just blinking amber light there. That might be the first time I've seen such a thing in game. Interesting. I guess that color never changes, huh? That just tells you to slow down. And yes, this is a very different looking town with all the flowery bits. Like, it feels like spring in here. Yeah, I think they've stepped it up even more though. Usually they make very nice cities, but the cities are usually too perfect that they do. Now it seems like they're really learning how to make it more lived in, populated. I haven't seen anyone walking around here though. But maybe that's realistic, isn't it, that in the US everyone drives? Even if you're only going a couple of blocks, you'll take a car with you. That's a nice bridge. Too bad it's blocked off. Still crashed, Geek Squad. Maybe it doesn't work if it's the entire engine that is disappearing. Man, that sucks. It works for me for other parts, but haven't tried it for a missing engine. And that means you might really have to sell it. Caution light, there you go. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on chat, guys. I actually had a green light. Why did I stop? Well, we'll make do. Sorry. Walking path on the old road. Did I miss it? I probably did. Quite different road lines from what I'm used to. Like, you see the transition from the left turn there. It's a very sharp, like, yellow line. Right angles instead of the curvy openings to the left lane. I kind of like the curvy lanes more than this one. This one, no car can do that. It doesn't feel very organic, but I guess over in these places in real life, that's how it looks. Yeah, I was looking more like, if you see the road far there, the left lane, when the left lane comes in, the yellow road markings are like gradually curving into that lane. Here it's just bonk. Maybe it's due to the width of the road not being as, or the length of the road not having as much space as that other side. Anyway, minor details, but it's nice to appreciate and see all those very subtle changes. A roundabout. I always get surprised when I see a roundabout in ATS. I think I've seen a couple already, at least 4, but I still get surprised whenever I find one. Just don't climb the curb. I told you, don't climb the curb. Interesting road markings. Pizza. I saw that a while ago as we entered the city. We will actually be getting pizza later. We will be having an online hangout session with some friends. Not sure how it would feel. I have a feeling it might be a bit awkward in the beginning, but hopefully it eases out later on. Have you guys tried that online drinking session with your buddies? Doesn't sound very natural, but I guess it's the best we can do right now. Not everyone always drives, you have legs too. That's true. I remember Mrs. Clumsy had a story. I think they were in California once for vacation, and they were walking on the side of the streets, maybe somewhere in LA, and no one was there. Like, there was no soul walking along those roads. Everyone was just in their cars driving past them. It's a bit awkward, this one. I think I'll have to reverse a bit from this side. You do have poor public transport, yeah. So if you really have to travel a long distance, cars are the way. Whole of your 76-year-old body's yawning. Thanks for dropping by, Bengan. Appreciate it. Get some rest and have a great weekend. Catch you soon, I'm sure. either in YouTube, in RawX forums, or here on stream. Hope I was still able to catch. Why did I make an entire 360? Forgot what I was going to do halfway through. Almost every job is zero profit. They did have a problem with that. A lot of problems the past couple of hours based on the announcements. I'm not sure if they fixed them all. Maybe that one is still in progress. Getting a train. Any problem there? Okay, a wall. That's good. Let me just focus a bit on this one, guys, and then I'll try and catch up to chat finally. I know I'm like a few minutes behind. The lag is real. It's my lag, my personal lag, and not Twitch. It's a bit late turning, but I think we can catch it. Yikes. Oh yeah, that's off. That is way off. Ugly, ugly parking. Maybe we can still make it work. This side. Turn all the way through. Come on. That looks good. There we go. Made it through somehow. How does it look? Not too shabby. That's actually pretty straight. We almost hit this side, but I'll take it. Force feedback plugin. It's in the forums, SES forums. If you Google ATS2 FFB plugin, that should be the first link that Google gives you. There you go. 1 down, 10 to go. Let's see if that updates. It does indeed. I think the hard thing here is it doesn't tell you which city you've driven in, but I guess we can take care of that on our own. Major server issue. Some functions are not yet working. There you go. Some states that you definitely need a car, but if you live in a major city, yeah, New York definitely different, huh? A lot of walking there. That's true. Can't really generalize being in, how do you say, in the US as one thing. Can be very different depending on the state. Even inside the state, I can imagine lots of different things. That one is exactly 100 miles. Will they accept that? Tricky. They should, shouldn't they? Let's try a log loader. Wait, let me read through the rules. So I have a witness. Need to be 100 miles each or more. That is 100 miles, but it says 161 kilometers, so let's be sure. Let's make the units smaller. So if I make this kilometers, that should be 161 kilometers at least. Let's have a look. That is exactly 161 kilometers. So let's take that. Yeah, I can do that. We'll make it work. There we go. Hey, James. Glad you made it. Welcome back. Just in time for the second delivery. Let's get back to miles here. Miles. Make your own roundabouts now. Custom made for Clumsy. There you go. Thanks, Alex. Google Maps feature on the VTC. Was there such a thing? Oh, you mean the live tracking? I think that's also one of the things that are in progress. The live map. That's one of the things that got affected. Not sure if it's fixed already. New York traffic during rush hour. I can imagine it. I'm very familiar with real life traffic. It's something I haven't encountered in a couple of months now. But yes, whenever I'm in Manila, it's a thing. How do I go there? I guess through here. Telling you the route you took. In the deliveries channel? Should still be there. I see what you mean, like the map that shows which route you took after you've taken the delivery. Well, there you go, last answer. Oh, it got removed with the website redesign, I see. Yeah, I haven't really been checking that before. I remember seeing that a couple of times though when I accidentally clicked on some of your deliveries. That would be a nice add-on. It will be re-added once you have a stable website again. Look at that. No look. Not too shabby. It is an oversized load. We are lacking some banners and flags, but it's okay. So how far are you guys into the event now? Have you been exploring the cities yourself? Have you done any special transport jobs? There are, I think, 3 special transport routes included in here. I haven't tried any of them yet. 5 out of 11 for you. Hey Squatch! How are you? Thanks for joining. 4 for you. Nice. You guys are all well ahead of me. Let's get as much space as we can. We did 1 delivery. Okay, we're even Steven. Oh my goodness, the AI. And then it will stop right in front of me. And now we've blocked the entire road and made a deadlock here. So I think we have to nudge this guy. Where are these guys going anyway? Nudge this guy because he's too smart for his own good. This one's for you. Not sure where he went. I think he's still in front of us. We might have a passenger. An unwilling passenger in front of us. Don't have the map yet. Are you planning on getting it? Well, if you don't look hard enough, you don't see the guy at all. But if you look at the mirror, apparently we are a bit heavier than we should be. A hitchhiker, exactly. Can we push him next to those rails? No, maybe that's too bad. He doesn't want to let go though. Oh my goodness, this guy is heavy. Oh yeah, we left him behind now, finally. Why is that guy stopping so far away from me? He'd rather stay in the middle of the railroad than come close to me. Oh my goodness, how are we even going to go around this roundabout with this huge load? When a short load, I had trouble with it already. We'll see. We may pick it up today. Enjoy. Would be great for manual shifting. Push him on the train track. Yeah, I was very tempted to do so. I think I have to use this like inner curve here. It's more like it. Might have cracked those bricks. Oh my goodness, that does not look good. Worked pretty well though, I think. No, we're not pushing him anymore. He's gone. Got left behind one of the turns we did. Center lane, turn only. That's a very short left turn lane. Not even enough space for the arrows. Let's have a look if we can pass through some sites we haven't been to before. Maybe that one at least. That looks good. Route 95 past Coeur d'Alene. I think that's good. We can make that work. One less roundabout in Idaho. That's the way you clean it up. Oh, that's heavy. Almost stalled there. Yikes. Goodness. Power. Just don't hit anything. Thank you. Don't even think about it. He was thinking about it. Yeah, there we go. Like those people just staying outside talking. No social distancing, no masks here. Don't you miss those times, guys? AI code is odd. That's a huge understatement, but yes, very accurate. It's a very nice way of putting it. Actually have my window open. It's one of them. Let's close that out so we have some even left and right sounds. That was close. Very close. I think I'll be taking this outer lane. Yeah, very interesting turns here. Very interesting road markings. Downtown, beach and harbor, tourist facilities. FLB should be working in 138. I think I wanted to try it at one point, but I saw some comments on the Steam Workshop saying that it doesn't work. Although that's never indicative, because many people are just trolling or have such bad mods coupled with the truck itself. But I think I saw some reports that it was not working in 138. Not sure if there was an update or it works and it was just a bad report. As odd as the AI code is, it's still better than in most games. That's very true, yes. We complain a lot about the AI here, but when you get to experience the AI from other simulations, my goodness, you'll be thankful of the AI here in this game. They are the smartest of the bunch, without a doubt. Let's get the windows down. I think I'd like a bit of volume in there. It did get an update, I see. Yes, okay, that makes sense. Last time I checked it, I think was maybe end of June. In the middle of 138 beta. Oh, that's heavy. So pay close attention to how the entire scenery looks, guys. Because this will be changing, I guess, very subtly, very What's the opposite of dramatically? Yeah, bit by bit, as we go and make our way further south. Right now we have all the trees and everything. I'm expecting that to change the farther south we go. Hey Thor, how's it been, man? Hey Simple Sim, how are you guys doing? Glad you could join. Let's close the window again. This is something I'm not sure. I think they changed it fairly recently, but the windows, the volume of the windows, they don't seem to be very different now, huh? I kind of liked it before the initial implementation of the windows, where depending on how open your windows are, the engine sound would be very varied, so you can somehow like mix the right volume for you by tweaking the window adjustment. Right now it's just like a 1 or 0. Either it's fully closed, or even if it's only open like this one, it sounds like it's fully open. Like the volume difference is negligible in my point of view. Ooh, railroad there. Just been on the new DLC. Nice. Have you been doing the event as well? You said pay attention. We will be having a quiz at the end of the stream. Going to bed in a minute. Thanks for dropping by, man. Is this the litter sign again? Yeah. Nice. By the way, in case you didn't notice, the truck colors here actually have a bit more meaning to them. If you Google it, what do you call it? The state of Idaho, like the logo, has the exact same colors. The blue, the yellow, the orange, and the red shades. Thanks to the new feature in 138, I got the hex values of the state colors, and I was able to plug them in directly. So this truck has those exact same shades or something. You get what I mean? Population, not fairly many. Missed the cabin in the woods. Oh man. We'll catch it next time. Thanks. Hey Freightliner, how are you? Welcome back. No worries, Simple Sim. Catch you tomorrow on YouTube. Sneaky color mixer. Yeah, very nice. So much easier to get the perfect combination now. My goodness, these traffic lights hate me. No CCTV on this one, I guess because it's a small town. No need for it. Yeah, the hex color is amazing, and you can find a lot of websites outside in the interwebs that go and combine the different colors for a very nice visual. You can just pick one of those and apply it to a paint job in case you're not in a creative mood to find some color combinations of your own. Interstate 90 junction. Enjoy my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for making the effort to come here and say that. Glad to hear you're enjoying the vids. Not too negative, am I? Or too positive, maybe? Oh my goodness. Love it. Sneak in and delete that sports car mod. Do you notice that as well? Too many sports cars on the road. I'm not sure if that got negatively affected with 138 or if it's been that way ever since. Force feedback thing doesn't work well on G29920. It should. It should work with all Logitech wheels. Have you turned off the force feedback settings in game? Maybe there is a step that has not yet done. Have a good night, Thor. See you there. Thanks for dropping by, man. Hope you had a great time driving as well. Missed my gear. There you go. It says so in the forums. Ah, well, that sucks. Because the force feedback plugin, in my opinion, is leaps and bounds better than the default in-game force feedback. It's so good, allegedly, or has it been confirmed? I think it's actually confirmed. Even the SCS employees themselves use, or some of them use, the force feedback plugin while they're driving around and testing stuff. I think I've read that comment somewhere in the forums. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. Come on. Thanks, Thor. Appreciate it. Awesome stuff. I just love this kind of view. That just makes everything look so real. All the different varied cars parked on the area like that. Looks like they have been learning some stuff. Is this the way? Yes. Oh crap. That's actually interesting. He gave way to us. Oh yeah. Basing on that sign, he does have a yield sign on his side. So we actually have right of way there. Nice. I would have expected it the other way around, but that's cool. Makes sense if you think about it. And I think now it makes sense to take a photo right here, of course, on the bridge, as we join all these different roads together. Whether SCS got help with Idaho from pro mods. Goodness. Well, I'm sure they've been learning, whether that's by studying other map mods, coordinating with some of the senior members of the community. So I guess in a way that could be true. It's a very collaborative environment after all, or at least I'd like to think so. Ah, there you go, Freddy. Have a good night. If only I still had that music, that song that Jack totally is in favor of. That lullaby. Awesome. Going the opposite direction from south to north. Enjoy the bushy trails. Looks like we have another shot coming in here. Very different look. Very long bridge. Is it the same bridge that we've gone through? No, this is different. Very nice, this Route 95. Miss that song. You just want some help to get some sleep. Driving through Idaho Falls, it looks very Pro Mods-esque. That's a good sign, right? Nice. I haven't been there before. Been there yet, but hopefully in this stream we'll have a chance to get there. It is in the completely opposite side of the state, so I'm not sure if we'll have enough time. Let's take a wide shot like this for a change. I'm actually not sure if there are still, or how many Pro Mods members there are that are SCS employees as well. Like Mandelsoft was SCS employee before, right? But he had to leave. Yes, Twin Falls, that I think has the most amazing view in the entire state so far. That is actually where the logo of Idaho came from, the DLC. And it just so happened, I just noticed this. It is my exact thumbnail as well. That angle is my thumbnail, and the same truck, the Lone Star. Maybe my subconscious had a bit of like recall as I was seeing the Idaho DLC sign, and when I saw it in game I was like, wow, I have to take that. But subconsciously I was not aware that I was taking it at the same exact angle with the same truck. So that's pretty cool. I'd like to think great minds think alike. And now we are getting a bit of rain. If you are wondering why the raindrops look so real, that is from Project Next-Gen. The default raindrops, as far as I know, as far as I recall, are bigger and more blobby. From Project Next-Gen, he tweaked that to become smaller. Now that we will be able to test if the roads are indeed more slippy. But maybe we'll have to go fast for that. Hey Knox. Yes, glad you made it. How are you? These are not some nice cliffs. Reminds me of Utah. Beautiful textures there. You know what? Let's take a shot there. I think I can take a nice screenshot with the truck squeezed in between those cliff faces like so. Some very... how do you use that word? Tumultuous weather. Is that the right usage? Who knows? Not bad at all. Wild 75 appears. Hey Rohan, close your eyes. Spoiler alert. I know you don't like being spoiled. You might need to stick with the chat in this one. Oh crap. There you go. It's a bit too fast there. Not looking. Yep. Exclamation point mods gets you there. Hey J Gray. Full speed. I think so too. Let's try. At the risk of getting damaged, let's try braking. I don't see it so far. Yeah, I think if you're not driving at a very fast pace... Ow, crap. I think I just nicked myself. It's not bleeding, at least not yet. I think yeah, the paddle levers in the wheel in the G27 are a bit sharp. So if you approach them at the different angle, they can nick your finger. You don't have the Idaho map yet. No worries. We'll try and drive it here with you for now. Oh yeah! What happened? Might have been a ledge. Hidden wall. What did I hit? No idea. Extreme injury. No spiders were involved in this injury. The official 75ers welcome us to lift the right leg and please no. Oh my goodness! Disaster incoming. I think we need to low gear here. There we go. I love the crunchy sound that makes. I think they also updated the physics when it comes to the uneven roads. They improved it a bit. Oh my goodness, that's not looking very good at all. Now I cannot do it anymore. It is too steep. I think I need a bit of momentum in here. And no pressure, but I just remembered, this is a World of Trucks contract, so cannot tip over, cannot stall, cannot get stuck, because we cannot teleport. Pacific Northwest, I think. Even Pavel had a hard time remembering the name of their bundle. I saw it on stream yesterday. It's like, what's the name of our bundle again? And then Nemiro, the driver, also was having a hard time recalling it. Nemiro is actually, I think, the guy I work with right now. He's the one I coordinate with. I get these press keys and stuff. Man, I feel bad for my engine, but it's the only way to be safe. I'm too scared to go into first gear again. And there is a viewpoint here, but I think it's best if we check this out on the way down, because this does seem a bit hilly. My goodness, this looks so good, doesn't it? Can you imagine the map makers having to plop down each tree, each stump, and all making that combine into what you see here? My goodness, this must have taken a lot of work. It's quite ironic, but the dirtier a place is, the more random something is, the harder it is to make. It's much easier to make something organized, at least in game, than adding in all those random bits and pieces to make things look more real. Rip fuel echo 2100 RPM. I'm too scared to do so, otherwise to shift up. Physics on different terrains has improved. Ah, there you go. Nearly tipped at your industry, your tire just slipped. That's nice. Oh my goodness, did I just hit something? Probably. Might have hit that cone in that log. How the heck do you even make this turn? Not that way, looks like. That's for sure. Should have thought about this first. Note to self, don't take this job. Very tricky. What am I hitting now? Might be some invisible walls here. Ah, that log is a bit more lengthy than it looks like. Now turn sharp, like so. I might have to reverse this one or skip it altogether. Come on. Accept it. Don't tell me I have to reverse, guys. Not with this rig. Oh, I do have to reverse. Ah. Crap. You bought the DLC. Congrats. Hi, Kermit. Nope, I am fortunately not. I don't have any news for Natural Lux. I hope it does, though. I have not heard from Kirill yet. Both flashbacks. Please no. Oh, sorry, pickup. It's a very well done spot, but not a very friendly place to park. Let's see, maybe we get more momentum this way, this side. Blast right there, working on the the logs. Oh my goodness. Good observation. How astute. I think it's going to be hard to make a left turn into that angle. Crap, I thought it would be easier. We're in a bind here, guys. I might have to skip parking, if that's even allowed. Just a tiny issue. Not feeling good about this at all. Oh, I can't make that turn. It's impossible. My goodness. A Western Star factory. Nice. The Kenworth factory. Oh. In real life, where do you find it? Like the Kenworth factory in Washington? In Everett, was it? Oh yeah, you're right. I'm even doing this with a cab over. How much more? The long-nosed truck. Western Star Factory is in Portland. Ah, cool. So geographically, at least there will be no limitation. It's in game already. Oh my goodness. No, that's not good. That's not going to work. I'll have to skip it, otherwise we'd waste time. Automatic parking dialogue. I give in. At least driven distance is 102. That should help with cheating. That's not cheating, that's part of the game. See? It's right here. Conan parking. Let them worry about parking that thing. Okay, next up is Lewiston, I think. Rage parking, that's the one. Now, Lewiston is right here. That is 129 miles, that's perfect. Let's take that. We have to travel 59 miles for it though. But now that we don't have a trailer, this should be much easier. My main concern is I might not be able to make it. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Let's take a photo first. I didn't take an external, that's a good catch. Thank you. Let's rethink that later. After we take this shot though. Priorities. How do you make this cinematic? Just find the right angle like so. And remove the blur. Actually, it looks quite good. I can take that one as well. Beautiful. Let's go and pick one. External contracts. Good catch. I was afraid of this. We won't be as lucky. With Lewiston. I think we'd have to settle with Rangeville. One thing I think we could do is we could teleport back into the city, just so we'll have more industries. But before that, let's take a look at the viewpoint first here, because there is a viewpoint that we missed. Finished all 3 seasons of Designated Survivor. It's a nice series, huh? Will there be a 4th one? Because I think it was a bit of a cliffhanger, wasn't it? Or was that the point? It's a nice series. Not sure how they managed to park that trailer. Good for them. Imagine if the delivery didn't count in the event. Exactly. I was afraid of that because it was right on the border, the minimum requirement. And if it was a 0.1 mile off, might not have gotten in there. Cancelled. Ah, crap. So it's a bit of a cliffhanger then. It's a bit sad. Oh, timber harvest site. Beautiful, perfect for this sunset view as well. Look at that. Yeah, could have done so much more. It's a nice series. I remember it was 2nd season and they actually got cut, and then I think they resumed it, so they made 1 more season for it. There's Blah. Cutting the logs like a pro. ABC resumed it. Ah, maybe. Nice. That's a good one. I like that. So now let's fly over. Go back to the city. Get some sleep first, maybe. Nice view. Oh, look at those clouds. Project Next-Gen clouds. Quite nice. They're not the highest texture. If you zoom in, you'll see a bit of pixelation, but I love the colors. So natural looking. I can imagine seeing that outside. Very believable. Let's go and sleep here. Well, I guess it's a bit of an awkward time. But yeah, we could do that. Then Netflix reacquired it again. Ah, so that's what happened. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why it's a Netflix original still. You need some narration or text as well. That would be a great next step. Yes, agree. Woke up just for Idaho. Good morning. Sandpoint, Colville, Lewiston, perfect. And that's 129 miles, and this time this is a World of Trucks contract. Exactly. Good night. You woke up in the evening? Yikes. Tricky. Now where do we go for that? That's okay. Start off the day early. It's 11 a.m. for you. Yeah, Eastern time. One sec. Michael J. Fox also appeared in the 2nd season. Oh, did he? I forgot that. This is Clumsy's headset. Alright. updating all Mexico mods. Nice. Looking forward to it. What's new? I think I still have the mods enabled. I should have it. Yes. But I have not driven through them, so I'm not sure if it causes any crashes. I can't turn right on red, I always forget. Yeah, I'd like that. Some additional info. Right now it's a bit like, oh, it's nice, very nice visuals, but you don't really get anything out of it. Those viewpoints. Hey HUD, good morning. Exams done? Off we go. Love this scenery. You can almost smell the trees. Just finished. Nice. Congrats. That's a relief, huh? Where the heck are we going? 21 miles. Okay. I did hear that, but yeah, it was a bit how do you say, sneaky, huh? Like, don't really know which one it is, but everyone seemed to be guessing it's Texas. Yeah, does seem like the most logical guess. I also heard that they're not yet still sure if they can release Colorado this year. Because initially they said they'll have 2 DLCs released for ATS this year. That would be Idaho and Colorado, but now they're not so sure anymore. They're trying their best to make it, but it depends because they've had some delays due to COVID. Can't wait to see. So you live in Texas. Nice. All other states are not scary big. That's a good point. All signs lead to Texas. Texas is really big. El Paso is closer to Los Angeles than the easternmost part of the state. Even the smallest US state is twice the size of Singapore. Yeah, I cannot even fathom the... What now, guys? What now? I cannot even fathom the size of that state. Home Depot. Should be somewhere at the back, I guess. Welcome back, Scotsman. Where did you go this time? I think we don't need to ask that question. We already know. Nice pickup point here. Comes to the gate and everything. It's very professional. You'd rather SCS finish Montana and Wyoming before Texas. So overall map would be square. That's a good point. This is Idaho. This is Montana, right? Wyoming, Colorado, Texas. I'm a bit torn on that. Sure. I'm not sure which one I like better. That does look scary big. Yeah, picking up a job somewhere here. Should be popping up soon. There we go. We're making our way city to city because there's an event for Idaho that they released together with the DLC, a World of Trucks event where you go through each of the cities. And once you've driven to or from each of the 11 cities in the state, then you are accomplishing your personal goal. And that gives you, I think, I can't remember which is which, but the personal and community rewards give you paint jobs and a hanging accessory. I think this color fits perfectly the red we have. Nice. Hey Sonoma, looking good. Idaho colors right there on our truck. Thanks to the new hex possibilities in the truck config paint job options. Hey Space Hunter, good morning. Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing? I've really been enjoying my vacation. Today is officially the last day of my vacation, but I still have the weekend, so I can still enjoy a bit. As much as I am a bit sad that it's over, I'm very happy that it happened in the first place. I really needed that. So refreshing. You really need a break from time to time, just to recharge. You know, it's interesting. The first day, I think the first or second day of my vacation, as I was taking a shower, I got an idea out of nowhere. Just came up in my head. So we had this topic at work where we have to think of an idea for automation and stuff like that. You know how things are nowadays, everything is leaning towards automation. And we could not find an idea. Like we were stumped how we could move forward with it. But I was on vacation, I was just resting my mind, not thinking about work at all. And my mind just drifted to that thought. It's like, wow, like light bulb moment. And from there, after I took a shower, I remembered it. I took notes. So the paper should be somewhere here. So when I get back to work, is that guy floating? Maybe the shadows are a bit weird. So when I get back to work next week, I'll present the idea. I think it makes sense. But yeah, it's amazing a little bit how much a little bit of downtime can help and move things forward. One step back, 5 steps forward. It's cool. So cool. They make you sit there for the whole duration even if you finished super early. That's very strange. Yeah, in the Philippines it's different. The earlier you finish, the faster you can go home. So some people who don't care much about their grades, they just sign their paper and sign their name and pass the paper. YOLO. The heck with it. What are we carrying anyway? One sec. Empty pallets. Not very exciting, but it works. Sing national anthem every morning. I think there was a time we did. I can't remember if it was always the case. I'm sure every week, but I wasn't sure if it's every day. I have a feeling it was. Yeah. Ended up driving in Idaho till late night. Woke up late in the morning. Nice. Sounds like a good deal. Oh, I remember this junction where we have right of way. So there's a yield sign right there, but that's not for us. That's the one for this guy. So we actually have right of way here. Very interesting when you're the one joining the main road. But yeah, I guess because you are coming from the main road turning, kind of makes sense. Is Moscow, Idaho included in Idaho DLC? What is that? Is that a city in Idaho? I haven't seen it. Haven't noticed it. As a scenery town. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Maybe we'll see some signs. Wait for everyone to finish before you could leave. Oh my goodness, that's punishment. I guess it kind of makes sense in a way. It probably reduces peer pressure for people who haven't finished yet. It gives you time to think on your answers. Yeah, I guess there are benefits to it. So I could see why rules would have it that way. It's just a bit frustrating as well, I can imagine, if you finish early. What do you get? Oh my goodness. I think I know where this is headed. What do you get when two cows cross paths multiple days in a row? Deja vu. Try to steer you to better puns. If Alex says boo to that, then that's really bad. Because he's been known to be the king of puns around here. I'll take it though. Thanks for that. Was that Grey Cow? It is. Grey Mother's best friend. Managed to get the 100 USD Steam card for 120 SGD. Oh nice. Cool. Where did you get it? Now we can buy Idaho. It's a city on the border with Washington, like Spokane. Not too far away from... there you go. Exactly. Nice. Well, didn't see it on the way. Man, it's so refreshing not having to pull that long trailer around anymore. I feel so light now. We are driving the Kenworth K100-E by Overfloater. My favorite truck in ATS. Second favorite would be the Freightliner Classic XL by John Ruda. The only reason why that's not my favorite is because it's a bit heavy on the frames. And you might have noticed, wheels might have gone just a tad on that turn. It's a bit excited. You got it on carousel before the pandemic hit. Nice, good deal. Maybe he was a wholesaler or something. Or he got it from a wholesaler. This thing does not want to slow down at all. So that's where we turned right, towards the logging industry. So from this point onwards is new territory. Yeah. That's actually a very short trip, huh? I'll take it. Seems to be a truck dealer there as well. It looks like Lewiston connects nicely to southern Washington here. Is that a new road, this US 12 route? Don't recall this being here before. I would imagine this was cut off before. Nice, you have to drive there sometime. It's very scenic. I got some relatives there, I see. Does it look similar like this? Very lush with vegetation? Haven't watched my first impressions video yet. No problem, man. I can completely understand. It's been a busy week for you. Now time to unwind. There are two parts to that one. All in all, it's around the 1 hour plus. Hope you like it. Enjoy. Have they reduced the recommended speed limits in Idaho? Compared with what? With other states? Well, this is a 60-mile road. The turns, they recommend 45. Does that sound reasonable? Oh, have you noticed the difference? There, I think there's the switch. From there, it's lush, foresty. From here on out, you start getting more barren landscapes. Although I still see some trees there. I take that back. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, I almost didn't notice the switch. Oh, I only noticed this because of these, what do they call these grassy looking things? Ferns or whatnot? Are those new? Because they seem higher texture than the typical grass textures that we had before. I like that. Let's take a shot here. I think it's a nice scenic countryside view. Idaho also has 84 cars but 74 trucks. It's a pretty big town. Ah, I see. Doesn't it sound strange when they say I live in Moscow? I'm sure people have a different impression when they hear that initially. 12 is new, I see. Nice. Nice addition. Seems like there would be a road from Sandpoint to Colville, but there isn't. Sandpoint is top, Colville. Ah, this one here. Well, it does look a bit rough because if that's a logging industry, then maybe all of this, based on the map, it looks, on the satellite map, that does look very treacherous. A lake there, forests are surrounding here. Not sure, maybe it's a mountain road looping around through here if there's anything. Might not be truck friendly though. This satellite view really gives you a nice perspective. Actually, I've gotten comments as well. I made that point from some people asking for that Salmon to Grangeville connection. Apparently, there is no straight road for it. It passes through Montana, but even so, I think it's composed of very small roads. Yeah, so maybe it goes through here. It's west there? I am not sure. County population. Home to the University of Idaho, contains 60% of the county's population. Okay, I see. Not the state, but still significant. Moscow is located between Coeur d'Alene and Lewiston. It's on US 95. Well, we passed through that. Ah, but I didn't notice a town. Maybe we missed it. Awesome, HUD. Thanks. Yeah, I saw you you weren't able to watch it yet. And I mentioned it's no problem. Take your time. But yeah, thanks for the kind words. Hope you enjoy them. It's going to be around 1 hour plus for both parts. There are 2 parts to it. Enjoy. I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised, and it was the first time I went into Idaho as well. So it was my first time seeing the things. Spiral Highway. That looks pretty interesting because that road is not in the map. But it's not blocked either. I think it's nice if we fly over there and just see what's up. We cannot teleport, but we can fly and have a look. Maybe there's a secret road there. Someone will probably mod it in, I'm sure. I'm sure. Right, let's have a look here. So if we trace it back through here, we have this road that says Spiral Highway, and if you look at the map, it's not really there, but we do have lots of signs here, pretty steep. I wonder if it goes somewhere. It does go pretty far into here. Even a hairpin. Oh my goodness, lovely. This is not on the map? Yeah, it's not. Secret roads for the win. It does seem like it goes to where we're going. 20 miles. Goes around. Spirally bit. I wonder why they didn't include this in the map. Maybe this is not for trucks. But yeah. And then you're here. And this is exactly where we're going. Nice. Secret road. Cool. Well, I guess it's a blessing in disguise we didn't see it, because I would have made a disaster there going through all those hairpins. But nice to see we have those kinds of secret roads, guys. Awesome. Clumsy road, or a clumsy inducing road maybe. That's pretty cool. I like these kinds of things. Not the best at spotting them, but I enjoy whenever I do. Let's take one shot here, guys. So that looks like a nice view from below. See SAS expanding into Russia anytime soon. After Iberia, wonder what's next. What else can they do after Iberia? I have not heard any rumors yet of where they're headed. But eastward seems like a good thing. Like some more of the raw X areas, maybe? Oh, Arias will not be happy with that. Boise, yes. In the video. Idaho Falls, not yet. That's on the eastern side of the state, right? Yeah. Hopefully we'll reach that today. What are these signs saying? 35. Okay, let's try to follow that. Just jake brake all the way. I think this is the perfect time to jake brake. Just constant steep hill like this. Trucks 35. That's very interesting. You had like two different things. It was recommending a 50 mile per hour speed on this bend, but for trucks specifically it was saying 35. Makes sense. I like it. Very nice attention to detail. I would bet that's how it looks like in real life as well. They have different signs for trucks and for normal cars. Like that one. Trucks 35. Idaho is split into 2 time zones. Oh yeah, I heard that in the comments. Runaway truck ramps, left and right. Interesting. That's one there. That's one there. Does that work? It should come up at some point, right? It's a very different looking runaway truck ramp that I'm used to. I would have expected it to... Are those animals real? Would have expected the ramp to go up. Looks like some kind of paper mache. Interesting. Oh, the runaway truck ramp goes all the way up to here, looks like. Too many potatoes, I think. Yeah, it's very strange. The runaway truck ramps continue going down. You're just led to a different road, but you continue going down through a dirt road. I guess that slows you down a bit, but I don't think it slows you down enough. And then it just ends like that. That looks very dangerous to me. Yeah, very nice. Very nice variety though. North Idaho is Pacific time, rest of the state is mountain time. That is pretty interesting. I would have expected the west and east side to be different, but not the north versus the rest of this state, the parts. These time zone settings really... I don't really get it. I mean, I get the general... your position, geographically, but the finer details, I guess there's a bit of, I don't know, politics or economics involved in that. Not purely geographical. Farmer's Barn. I think this one will need to be updated by Grimes to be converted into the real thing. And this looks like an old prefab, unfortunately. Yeah, I remember that parking. I was not a fan of it. In one of the videos I recently did, I think that's the setting expectations for Idaho. It's too bad they didn't put a new prefab for this one, because this is exactly what how it looks like in Logan, I think, in Utah. Gravel doesn't stop you. If the gravel doesn't stop you, the cliff wall in front of it, well, it's a bit of a more abrupt stop, I guess, than what you would hope for. But I guess as long as it stops you. Oh, blindside reverse. Yeah, sounds like a good plan, Hud. Next entire week is a holiday for you. Nice. School holiday. I think you mentioned it last week. For me, it's go back to work week. But I enjoyed my vacation here. I also enjoyed pigging out. Yeah, nowadays, because we cannot travel, what I do instead is when I'm on vacation, I try and think of it as a real vacation, staycation, including the funds. So the travel budget that we have, I spend it here. And so for this week, we've been ordering in for the entire week. Like really mimicking a proper vacation and just enjoying. No cooking whatsoever. But yeah, as a result, I don't even dare to go on the weighing scale. So I'll catch up next week. At least that's what I always say. I've been saying that for months now. Yes, enjoyed it very much. USS is open now. Ah, that's great to hear. If there are people there, I guess it's a different thing though, huh? Oh, that's too short, 74 miles. How do we do it? I could skip Grangeville for now, I guess. I'll have to remember though. We could go straight to Boise. And then get something from Nampa to Grangeville to cover up both of those. I think that one can work. We do have a couple of different options here. I think I like this car parts thing. Yeah, let's do that. 264 miles, not bad. We're now on the MRT, first time taking it since March. We also went out yesterday. It was our first time really going out for an extended period of time. Felt a bit strange, but felt good finally going out again, seeing the people outside, even if they were, or we all were wearing masks. It was nice, a little bit of normalcy. And we were able to eat dinner outside. It's nice to see the people eating out again, the restaurants getting more lively, getting back into the normal way of working things, but with the precautions in mind. Like you had to check in using the app. You had to get your temperature checked. You had to have these social distancing measures, so the tables are very spaced well apart. All in all, very nice, very organized. So it was not scary to go outside at all. In here we see the transition already. Lots more dried bushes, dried vegetation. We still have trees, but not as many anymore, thinning out bit by bit. Hey, chicken strips! I'm not a doctor. Might need to get yourself checked there, just to be sure. Salmon River is where the time zone splits, if your geography is correct. Ah, nice. Not sure if we'll reach salmon today, but we'll see how far we can get. Hope you feel better soon, chicken strips. Yeah, get well soon, man. Hope it's just a normal cold. In Utah, you're getting a lot of cases every day. How are things looking like there? Have you flattened the curve? Is it getting worse? Illinois is improving. It's planned that you could head back to school in person, albeit not all 5 weekdays, only 3. That's good, at least some semblance of normalcy starting to get into our lives again. Yes, please do, chicken strips. And yeah, stay safe. Wear a mask for sure. Where is that trailer? It's a bit sneaky. Tucked in here. Looks like. I bet it's, yeah, right there on the edge. If you go along the US 95, you cross over the river. Ah, so the Salmon River is not just near salmon. So we've probably driven over it already. Cool. Right now we're in Pacific time. We should see that as well. Yeah, Pacific Daylight Time. Indeed. So once we cross Salmon River, then that should change to Mountain Time. MDT, I imagine. Let's observe. Hey, Joke. Welcome back, man. Have you gotten Idaho for yourself already? Let's see what that is. So in the US 95 is this one. Salmon is there. Maybe Salmon River we can see. No, we don't see it in the satellite map. Maybe it's over here. Let's pay close attention to it. Downtown or east-west line? Downtown, yeah. Much closer there. Ooh, train! Scotsman, that's for you. Can actually hear it too. Not yet, but soon. Yes, we'll be streaming for an hour more, so not too late. Train! Yeah, I tend to use downtown line more. I like it. It's newer, it's less cramped, and I'm much closer there. Tend to go there for almost all my trips going to the city. So I can walk to the MRT station. I don't need to take a bus in between. That's one of the things I don't like if I need to take a bus, because the bus You need to wait like, well, it's synchronized with Google Maps and everything, so it's not really a problem waiting for it. But it's like an additional 20 minutes if you ride the bus. But with closer access to the train, you can walk there in like 10 minutes or so. It's a good exercise, good casual exercise. 2 high revs. Yeah, it's a nice way to warm things up. So ever since Downtown Line became a thing, we've been using it. I would like a photo right there. It's a nice bridge. 9:54 in Utah. How was it before? Stay safe, man. Hope it flattens soon. It's too wide. That, I think, is the right balance. Did you sell the train yet and get Idaho? Do it, do it, do it. Missoula. What is Missoula? I keep reading about that in the forums when they were discussing Idaho, but I couldn't relate where that was, because I don't think that is in the state, or at least not in the map, the in-game map. It is in Montana. Ah, I see. That's why. I kept thinking initially, is that a typo? Probably not. Thank you. Can't wait for Wyoming to see the drive-through Jackson. You've been there once. It was the nicest part of America you've ever seen. Oh, that's saying a lot. Nice. Looks like there is a dealer right here. A Western Star? Did I just see a W? I think I did. Let's go and discover that one. For a split second it came out, but I'm sure that's a Western Star W. Somewhere there. Yeah, Tampin is west and east. That's very close to us. Guess we only have one line. And yeah, the bus waiting adds up. There you go. There you go. Nice service station. Right next to the brand_Western Star truck dealer discovered. Let's go and see if we can find a truck. I bet there's nothing for sale here yet. I wonder if this is because I have a mod. I remember we unlocked some stuff before because we had some mods. But yeah, I can't be 100% that this is in vanilla. For 139, I hope so. Maybe even earlier. Ah, there we go. That's the one Alex mentioned. I'm not sure if I have a Western Star truck enabled. I don't think so. But we'll see here. I do. I do have a Western Star mod in here. So I'm not sure if this is because of the mod. You know what? We can try. That truck was from SCS. We can try and we can try to remove it. Let's see what will happen. Let's quit this. I hope the game doesn't restart though. If it does, we'll figure it out. How is the SSAO? I have it disabled. It's nice. It adds a bit of depth by improving the shadows, but I'm using the NVIDIA Profile Inspector tweaks, and right now it's not compatible with SSAO and SCS. Lots of job submission failures. I think VTlog still has a problem there. Western Star, that's the one. Let's see if the dealer is still there. So yeah, right now I have SSAO disabled because I'd rather get very good anti-aliasing than get SSAO but get poor anti-aliasing. Refill the water. Ah! Well, maybe we can resume the job. Sometimes that works. No worries, Jack. My pleasure. Have a great weekend. Have a good night. Okay, here we go. Ah, sneaky. In vanilla, you only see truck service. But for some reason with that Western Star mod, it unlocks the Western Star dealer. At least now we have answered that mystery on the stream itself. Previously we thought it was like in the Mac one. That's the risk when you're playing with mods. My goodness. Now we know what that's going to be. That's cool. Right now it's still locked though. How does it work? I don't know the details either. But suffice it to say, there is a method for anti-aliasing being used in game, and somehow you can override that using the NVIDIA Profile Inspector. And for some reason, the method being used by NPI, I'm going to call it, is much better than the in-game one. So that's what I use. And so in-game, I don't have any anti-aliasing. Like if you look at my in-game settings, it's going to say 100% disabled. So it looks, you would expect it looks crappy because of that. But because I have NPI working in the background, it looks great. So I let NPI do the anti-aliasing. And SSAO, supposedly, theoretically, NPI should also be able to handle, but for some reason it can't. So right now I don't have SSAO enabled. Ooh. That's nice. Refueling truck. Refueling trucks, I should say. They're blocking my way though. Trolled by Clumsy. Don't worry guys, I trolled myself too. But we all know at least that there's going to be Western Star there. Confirmed. Almost. Really waiting for Colorado because currently if you want to get from like Bellingham to Raton, you have to get off the interstate in Utah to get to Arizona. But if you have the interstate Colorado there, you can pass through the interstate. Yeah, same as in Idaho, right? When you're going from Utah to Washington or Utah to Oregon. So nice being able to go through Idaho instead and staying on the interstate. Oh, come on. Really? Left exit, it says. Same thing happened with Mac. Found a dealer, not done. Then 4 to 5 weeks later, Mac was announced. I'm actually hoping that Western Star gets unlocked or is released earlier than 139. Because how did it go for Mac? Did we have to wait for the next update? Don't think so. So maybe there is a chance it could come out earlier. Ah. Well, did you access the ROX link? Unfortunately, that's as descriptive as it can get. That's as step-by-step as you can make it. If you don't understand it with that, you will have to ask questions there. Put in detailed questions and Bengan will be more than happy to answer them. Yeah, in the thread from ROX, there is also the video from Wombat in that same thread, embedded. For the Mac, we had to wait for 137. Ah, okay. Crap. Right of way here. Lone Star Truck. Very nice to see an AI. Very unique. Standing out. There you go. Oh yeah, that's an understatement. All the details you could think of is in that thread. My goodness. It can get a bit overwhelming the first time you see it. But just do it step by step and you'll eventually achieve amazing anti-aliasing thanks to that. Switch off the video. If you switch off the video, can you still hear me? Or is that going to be like a chat only feature? And I guess you won't be able to answer if you can't hear me anymore. We'll see. Hey Ed, good day, mate. Glad you made it, man. How are you? You have a feeling Western Star is going to be before an update? I hope so, because I don't think 139 is coming anytime soon unless they're really lining up the updates one after another, like how 137 and 138 are very close together. Ah, okay, audio is still there. Actually, that's perfect, huh? For those guys who don't like to get spoiled with Idaho DLC, they can keep on listening to the stream like a podcast. You're gardening again. Nice. Midwinter, oh my goodness. How's the weather right now? I'm still weirded out when I hear midwinter during this time of the year. Not familiar with the southern hemisphere seasons. I thought there was going to be another secret road there, but that one's blocked this time. I am with circles.life because I'm using a prepaid plan. I hardly use my mobile, so I just need data. Actually no, I'm not on a prepaid plan, I'm on postpaid, but it's like minimal inclusions. Side of the road, too much sightseeing. 138 released this week, 139 beta next week. That's how it is now, oh my goodness. If they do that again, I'm sure the modders will riot. Yeah, right now they have a lot of the smaller telcos appearing. I heard Mrs. Clumsy is on, what is this, Como, I think if I remember correctly. It's like Singtel, but for the lower tiers. And it's perfect if you don't need a lot of calls, text. Has a lot of data and it's very affordable. Very practical nowadays. And people just mostly use data anyway. County Road. Here's Grangeville, I think. You're in South Oz. Usually cold and wet this time of year. Makes sense. Audio only can still be a thing. That's true. That might work. Exactly, yeah. Calls are only used for those automated robotic scamming calls. I get that from time to time. When you answer the phone, there's someone like a robotic voice on the other end of the line, and they're speaking in Mandarin, so I don't even know what they're saying. And sometimes they're like pretending to be DHL or something like that. So nowadays answering calls is just waste of time mostly, except if it's deliveries, because I have the intercom to the house is linked to my phone. So when someone is ringing the intercom, my phone is ringing instead. It's pretty handy. That's the only time I use the voice. That's Zeemod, the wind noise mod. So good, right? Yeah, it's just very subtle in there. Just whistling at you. Like, I'm here. But not too much to be irritating. Yeah, I wonder about that as well. You have so many messaging apps and each country has their own thing. In Singapore, it's definitely WhatsApp, unless that's changed recently. In the Philippines, I think it's more Viber. Yeah, probably. iMessage, yeah, it's iPhone exclusive. I guess for families, they use that. Well, I guess Singapore is predominantly iPhone anyway. At least that's my impression. I don't have actual numbers. That's what I notice. For India, it's always WhatsApp. And sometimes Telegram. Telegram seems to be a promising app. In one of my private groups with my group of friends, we use Telegram now. We switched from WhatsApp to Telegram. Not exactly sure if it's better, but I like it. It notifies properly. It gives you that nice, like, you know how it is when the group messages build up? Like you have 300 unread messages and you want to catch up. When it's WhatsApp, when you open the app, it like gets you, it does not have an accurate way of going to that first unread message. At least that's my experience with WhatsApp. With Telegram, it does good there. It really remembers that last read point from you and it starts from there, so you can back read easily. And it's perfect for OCD guys like me who want to read all the messages. That's a very nice small road down there. I like that. How they made that work. That kind of works for me. Wonder if you can drive through there. 40% iPhone, one of the highest in the world. Makes sense. Let's have a look at the time. Still Pacific time. Telegram's feature where you can schedule messages. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of use cases for that one. Automating some part of it. Did I just see the text blinking? I'm not sure if that was intended or something, a graphical bug on my end. Younger people tend to use Telegram here too. Ah, nice. So maybe it's a new wave. Maybe I am getting younger. Younger at heart at least. India has only 1% market share of iPhones. Ah, I see. What's more common in there? Is there like a predominant brand, or is just mostly Android with different brands? This view looks so good. This reminds me a bit of like Sierra Nevada scenery. The beautiful mountains, curving roads. That view in particular might be a possible thumbnail contender, this one. I like the railings in particular. Just works. Oh, this is the Salmon River. There you go. No wonder that looks scenic. Let's have a look if that indeed changes time zones as we cross over. Maybe there's a sign that would indicate that. Still PDT. This is still the Salmon River. Crossing it more than once. And you can't miss that river. We are indeed crossing over it. Early 20s. Baby face. Yikes. Ah, there you go. Entering mountain time zone. Makes sense that there is an indicator for it. There we go. That's the switch. Now it says MDT on the destination. Nice. Good call, Scotsman. Like a boss. It's like you made the map. For India, Samsung a slight majority. Redmi by Xiaomi has 15% market share. Well, it is very cost efficient. The Xiaomi phones are very cost efficient. Very nice specs, very affordable prices. I think this might be our thumbnail. I just like how the entire scene looks. We'll see. Love the stripe paintwork. Nice. Yeah, it is very good. And coupled with the new painting feature from so wait a minute, did our time move, guys? Did the time itself change? It should have what? Gone later by 1 hour, I guess. Yeah, how does that work? Does your clock inside the truck also change on its own when you move to a different time zone? I'd never tried that shift. Halfway between the equator and the North Pole. What is that? 45th parallel. Halfway between the equator and North Pole. Ah, so it's like the 3/4 of the way. Or 1/4, depending on where you look at it. Interesting. Very nice map. So many things happening here, my goodness. I can almost imagine the real place. Samsung had the biggest market share, but it changed when Xiaomi entered. Yeah, I can imagine. Prices are very affordable, and the specs are not bad at all. Looks like we have not yet gone out of the bushy areas. Still lots of trees here. I like. Entering McCall. Looks like one of the towns that are not in the map itself, or at least in the overview map, but in the game world. Nice homey vibe here. And I love this view. Look at that. That just looks so good. My goodness. Now this is a treat. Zeemod's Detroit Diesel. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Alex. My absolute favorite engine sounds. Is that a viewpoint? Yes, it is. There it is. Quite interesting why the trigger is right next to a gas station with nothing in it, like an empty space. I guess it gives you that leeway of triggering it without risk of getting yourself blocked. Yeah, the small towns are so good. Town of McCall, the director. The music is actually fitting, huh? Very mysterious. I feel like you could make a Netflix series out of this town, like similar to like the Ozarks. This is so nice. Good job. Good job, SES. I guess this would be the perfect time, like, hey Google. Oh, my hey Google isn't working anymore. I have to do that. Like when the cutscene starts, then that's when I can enable Google, and then tell me something about McCall. You know, so we have some like kind of like voice over as the different angles are presented. Be a nice combo. Getting a bit of outside help. Oh, and let's go and discover these. Looks like a gigantic rest area. That looks good. Oh, that one we've gone through before in the first look video. Hey Slider, glad you made it. Have you tried Idaho yet? Exactly. A bit anticlimactic, huh? A nice point of view, nice drone footage, and then right after that you get some pretty hefty trash bins right in front of you. Not the smoothest transition. I'll take it. Is that a curb? Yeah, that's okay. No one's looking. Hope we don't crack it. Sure thing, Hud. You have, but you haven't had a chance to drive it. Well, looks like you have an enjoyable weekend coming up ahead. Hey, Denzo. Hope you find the mods list useful. Let me know if you have questions. What is that sign? Half triangle. Or is that meant for the other side of the road? There you go. Welcome back to the vid, Hud. Just quick. Oh, this is so nice. Watch for rock. Well, there are plenty of rocks. I agree. So good. Hope the event lasts longer. I think so. they'll probably have it for at least 2 weeks. I'm thinking. No confirmation here, but at least 2 weeks is what I'm thinking. Probably even longer. FFV plugin. I should put that there, huh? Isn't it there in the... Not sure if I placed it. If it ever is, that should be in the bottom section, miscellaneous. Not sure if I put it though. But you can easily Google it. ETS2 FFB plugin. Or you can wait for Alex right there. Alexa will find it for you. Even better than Google search. Thanks, Alex. Man, look at that texturing work there. Beautiful. And look at this one. So many sights to see. Oh, it's a bit dark, dang it. And a bit laggy as well. Did Alex just do a face reveal? Right there, the thumbs up. That does not look half bad. Goodness. Wow. I love how those rocks are on the side of the river. The shading of each rock is beautiful. And I don't even have the full SSAO yet from SES. How much more if I'm using that? What river is this? Is this still Salmon River? Boise National Forest. Oh, this is a nice view. Actually, I think I like this more than the city itself. The city is nice, but not as scenic as this one. I'll try to do a silent trucking video for the silent trucking fans. Not very fond of commentaries, but like the truck and the scenery. I also noticed that I am maxing out more nowadays in terms of my GPU. I think, yeah, Idaho is... they're getting a bit more adventurous in adding details to the map. They're not so scared anymore of adding details at the cost of FPS. It's still optimized, but yeah, they're stepping it up bit by bit. Ooh! Grey Mother almost made a comeback. NL spoiled you. Vanilla and other graphic mods seem dark and realistic. I know, right? Your perception of reality changes with how good NL looks. Project Next-Gen is nice, it's very natural. But yeah, it's not very good for the photos. Especially if you come across some of the dark areas, like too bright skies. You disable SSAO straight away, it's very resource hungry. Yeah, I agree. I think it's more performance intensive than it is worth. But if your system can handle it, then that's great. Yeah, more work for NPIAA, definitely. That's why my system is also having a hard time. That's why I'm excited for the next-gen NVIDIA graphics cards. Bayet River. Yeah, this is already with the K100-E. Overfloater's truck is one of the most optimized ones out there. SES level optimizations. But we're still getting frame drops from time to time. Not that bad, but not 60 frames. We're probably dropping into 30 to 40 plus range. And with track IR, it's more apparent because you make sudden movements with your head like that. You notice the lag much more when you have fast movements. 75 in SSAO is very nice. Look at this guy boasting. Oh my goodness, yeah. I'd like that kind of setup. Yeah. I think NL is still the best. It required a few tweaks in ATS specifically. It was too bright at times, but aside from that, the skies are just... and the colors are just... wow. Top notch. Combination of natural looking and great for the photos. Not everyone liked it though, but yeah, that's the way. Not everyone will like it. It looks a bit unnatural to some. A bit too bright and vibrant, I think. So I guess those people like Project Next-Gen more. Can you imagine? I think I'll try and overtake these guys. Thankfully it loads all the mods somehow. I have to be thankful enough that that can work. Next-Gen NVIDIA, I might actually need the new power supply for that. Yikes. 4080 Ti. Oh my goodness. Now wouldn't that be something, huh? I guess we are in Boise already. Some part of it. It's the pinging frenzy. Once you join these guys, the pinging will never end. Rohan, Scotsman, and Jay. Yeah, I hope Kirill is doing fine. Who was it who checked on him? Was it Todd? I think he's doing okay. Maybe he's just busy IRL. Yeah, it's ping pong. Exactly. Adal. Yeah, I have a couple of people asking about NL. The NL questions settled down a bit through the past few weeks or months, but now they're making a comeback. Not sure why. Might be just the same person asking. No, there must have been at least 2 or 3 in this past 24 hours. Remember the comment sections when NL was in beta? Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah. That was a headache for me. I was one step away from finding a way to automate things. Actually, in my phone, it's pretty useful. I use the Swift key keyboard. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with that. And with Swift key, you can like pin some text. So what I do is I pin those links that are very commonly shared. Like for example, the RawX forums for the NVIDIA NPI tweaks. I have that pinned so I can just comment and then paste it. Very easy. Saves me a lot of time. Apparently those are existential questions from NL. Still haven't got Forest Machinery DLC. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a bit of variety in there. NL fanbase. Sounds accurate. It's a very nice looking junction. Ah, yes, I remember this one. What do you call this kind of junction again? Diamond thingies. I'm sure that's a technical term for it. I still find that weird. I think I saw a video of how that kind of junction saves lives, or saves your life, but I didn't really watch it. I should have though. Yeah, it's very nice to see ATS expanding. It's really coming to a level that's even with ETS. I do want to explore this one a bit. It's a huge rest area, and it's nice to see all these trucks parked. It's nice to see they up the number of that. Just makes it more realistic instead of like having empty parking lots. And right as I say that, this one is entirely empty. Welcome, professional drivers. Interesting. Diverging diamond, there you go. Honda NSX. And of course I didn't spot it. I was trying to hear the bad refueling sounds that a lot of people were complaining about since 138. I don't think we will though, because I have sound fixes mod. Drive Safely probably got rid of that already. Those junctions are designed with as few potential collision points as possible to keep people safe. Yeah, I guess I'll have to watch a video on it, because right now I cannot imagine how it does it. Like for me, when I drive through it the first time, it's so confusing, and it seems to me, because of my ignorance, that it is not safe at all. Like when you crisscross the roads, it seems very dangerous for me. But I can imagine once I get to really dig into the details, it will start to make sense. Is that a plane? It is. Looks like it's on final. Is there an airport nearby? I think there is, right? Was it the Nampa airport? I think we went there in the previous stream when we were exploring the hidden roads of Idaho. Sometimes on those rest areas, take efforts to accurately park the truck. Sleep dialog does not appear. Yeah, the trigger points are not always consistent. I hate it when that happens. You do your best to really simulate and roleplay, and the game is just not having it. You have to block someone else's view just to be able to sleep. Survival of the fittest. Oh my goodness, it's almost time. Time flies. International. Not a Western Star this time. He's not a Western Star in hiding. When did they release International? Does anyone remember? Did they include this with an update? Because I can vaguely remember they released a truck that was not part of a major game update. And I'm not sure if it's just my goldfish memory mixing things up, or maybe that's in ETS too. Cannot remember. Hey, thanks for following and welcome to the channel. Feel free to say hi, join us in chat, and we can greet you. International trucks came after the major version update, a few weeks. Ah, yes, that might be it. I think that might be it. I think the reason why I'm not attributing the new trucks with the update is because they don't come together with the update itself. Like they come a few weeks after normally. Like it's not like part of the 138 changelog, for example, new truck. Maybe that's why I can't connect them. Alright, NL. Hope you become compatible for 138 soon. Have a good weekend, man. Thanks for staying as long as you did. Thanks for hanging out. Had to turn off the video again. No worries. Something come up. And now the landscape has completely changed. As barren as it can get now, it's sad. I like the northern part more. Public free Wi-Fi isn't very fast. Well, we can think of it that way instead. Too much awesomeness. How does it work? Center lane? So when you're turning, you go to the center lane? Oh, when you're turning left, I guess. So that seems weird. You're turning right and you have to go to the center. Let's buy this garage. Yes. There we go. Not very scenic, this garage, but it works. We'll have to upgrade it to get our own fuel station. Alright, Scotsman. Thanks for the insights. Glad you could make it. And enjoy your trains. And of course, Amsterdam. Have a good one. Happy weekend. Maybe it's easier if I just made the U-turn. I have a bad feeling about this. I think it's better I just go through the stuff like this. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's how you do it. Those are the kinds of funds you need. Amsterdam. Yeah, I usually disable the cutscenes, but because of the new feature in Idaho, I had to turn it on. I'm actually not sure if it would even play if you have the cutscenes off. I would guess not, which would be a bit sad. Bad joke for the win. Yeah, rip engine. As dad joke as it gets. The podcast I listen to, the Stacking Benjamins, it's a hilarious financial podcast. It's a very nice balance between comedy and teaching you something without really trying to. The funny guys behind it are filled with dad jokes. It's like the Facebook group for them. The entire community just constantly shares dad jokes non-stop. And my goodness, some of those are intense. I think they are pretty much on Alex's level. He wrote the book, maybe. There we go. Best Buy, I see it already. Not as close as I thought. We'd have to make two more turns for it. Mack truck and the AI, good catch. I missed it this time. Federal Way. You can see the transitioning happening. Clouds slowly switching from like daytime to sunset kind of vibe. Kinda nice. Alright. Enjoy the garden, Ed. Perfect weather. Catch you next time. Enjoy Idaho. Have a great weekend, man. Speaking of great weekend, I have to make the most of my remaining vacation days. I have to order something nice. Oh yeah, later I mentioned we're having an online, a virtual hangout session. We'll be ordering pizza, I think, and over the past few days I ordered online. We found a deal, 6 white wine bottles for like $100 off. Like, wow, now that's a deal. Sold. So at least in terms of alcohol, we're set for the next few days. Maybe more than a few days with 6 bottles in there. But yeah, I think we'll be ordering some pizza later as well. To heck with the diet, I'll worry about that next week. And I have a lot of worrying to think about then. But that's a problem for future Clumsy. Here we are. Looks like a large Best Buy store here. I wonder what it is originally, this company. Because Best Buy, I'm sure, comes from Grimes' real company mod. Wireless's SG kicked you off. Awesomeness Overload Pizza! Hawaiian pizza. I'm not sure yet what we'll be ordering. I'll let Mrs. Clumsy take care of it. Most probably Domino's. Or no, actually we were thinking of something else because there is a theme for the hangout session. We call it inuman because inuman is a Tagalog word for drinking, like a drinking session. Inuman tayo. Let's go drinking. Inuman. But this time it's like I-numan. Very witty Filipinos at work. But yeah, it's an inuman session later. And there's a theme for it. It's like pizza and cold cuts. So I think we'll look for a place that serves both. Oh crap, I thought there was like a route that you could go around based on the map, but apparently not. Yikes. I have to do it bit by bit. I think I'll have to reverse out and face the opposite way. So I don't need to park this in blindside. I wonder how real life truckers do it. Are they just comfortable enough doing blindside reverse now that they don't even need to like face the left side when parking? Or do they still try their best to always park the opposite way to avoid situations like these? Well, I ended up trying to do a blindside reverse anyway because I'm too lazy. Your city's undergoing a lockdown again, oh my goodness. Yeah, I heard about things in India that's getting a bit tight in there, huh? Stay safe, man. Hope the numbers become manageable soon. I have no idea how close or far I am. Let's have a look. That is not too bad. That was bad. That is bad. Let's see. Wow, that is way off. Where did this truck come from? It's interesting. It's not new. Usually you would only see trailers there. pizza with dipping sauce. I don't think I've heard of that. One sec guys, I'll get back to you soon to continue the pizza discussion. Now that the elections are over, we can have another lockdown. Oh my goodness. Please no. But the numbers are very good here so far from what I've seen. And the measures they put into place are very... Oh yikes, I hit that trailer again. The measures they put in place are properly cautious, I think, without being overly zealous. So I think it's the right balance. And it looks like they are enforcing it pretty well. Because yesterday we saw a couple of police officers just hanging out by the restaurants, by the bars, making sure that everyone is following the social distancing, everyone is abiding with the measures they put into place, things like that. It's very nice to see organized implementations of these measures. There we go, now we can fine-tune it. Thanks, man. So yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit more confident going outside the house, seeing all those things in place. I think the government is really doing a good job at it. Why am I always going extreme on one side? Let's make it proper this time. Ranch garlic sauce. Well, we have those for wings, but not sure if we have those for pizza. For pizza, we usually just put in chili flakes. Because ideally, they would have all the sauce already on top. Not the best parking, but I guess that would accept it. Borderline, there you go. Ranch is the best combo. Maybe you should try that, huh? Electronic crank. You cannot crank it if the engine is not on or the electricity is not on. Found 150 kilometers away from Mumbai. Looks like they're still having problems with job submissions. Government is doing good, but people are ignorant. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem. When the government developed the systems, it has to be somehow idiot-proof. So you cannot rely on people knowing what they need to do. They have to really be guided, like lemmings. Otherwise, people will find ways to be creative and go outside the rules. So you really have to be very strict with this. That works. 4 out of 11 is not bad. I think we skipped Grangeville, so I think I'll do a Nampa to Grangeville delivery maybe if I can manage. We still have time? No, it's 11. Dang it. Okay. We'll find a way. Plenty of videos coming up with Idaho, looks like. Yeah, measures are enforced pretty well. They're very strict about it, so people are really following, and that's important in situations like these. Don't like wearing masks, me neither. It's very, it's not comfortable, but I mean, I can do my part. If that's the only thing I need to do, I'd gladly do my share. Let's go and find a nice parking spot. You know what? Let's go through here. Let's go through that junction. Extend a bit the stream just because I want to spend a bit more time with you guys. Oh, how mushy. Sorry. Let's go through that Diamond Junction, Diamond Interchange kind of deal. Singaporeans are known to find loopholes very creatively. Yes, exactly. They have to be really specific. And that's where you see the how do you say, the smartness, the ingenuity of the government, because they have to think about all these things, how the possible loopholes, and make sure that the measures they put in place are ironclad and idiot proof. You would love the combo. If I can find something with that, will do. In the US, in your place, what is a pizza place that has that? Maybe we have something similar here. Is it from well-known franchises or more like the mom and pop stores, which tend to be the tastiest? You don't need to wear masks while exercising. Worker, yeah, that's true. That's one loophole. We've seen that as well. Some people were not wearing masks, and you could argue, or they could argue, well, I'm exercising. So it's a bit of a gray area, but I guess in those kinds of very minute details, it all comes down to how decent of a human being are you. If you need to find a loophole with those kinds of things, then that maybe says something about your character already. Liquor shops were closed by government during the lockdown. People rushed over without maintaining social distancing whatsoever. They got hungry, starved of alcohol. Yeah, I think it was the same in the Philippines. During the beginning of the lockdown, they closed down the liquor stores, and there was a liquor ban. So when they opened up, it's like opening the floodgates. So yeah, really have to think very hard on those measures, because one, there are always side effects, right? You plug this hole, you open up another, that kind of deal, and that's for the smart people. So you really have to have smart people, smart caring people in the government. It's tricky, and this is a time when you really are able to test how competent the governments are. It's in these make or break situations. Unfortunately, during this time, it will be too late because they are in place already. So if they tend to not be up to the standards, there's little else you could do for the time being, at least. Man, this is such a nice place. So many things happening, in Boise. Like there's a part that is purely urban, like very city-esque. There's like a small town area like this, very cozy. There's like a forest national park somewhere. Oh, the stadium actually looks very nice from here. And maybe we can see if it's finally blue inside. I doubt it, but let's see. Let's make this turn first. Miss Potato contest still there. Stop here and have a look. How's that, Alex? Still not blue enough, huh? I think compared to the video, the image you shared, not blue enough. But I'll take it. It's a nice looking stadium from outside. Hey, Alias. A lot of places didn't want to close alcohol stores since they didn't want the hospitals having to take beds with people having withdrawals, which can kill. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting point of view. I never thought of that. For those who have really gotten addicted, that can be a real problem. Not blue enough. Should be so blue that it hurts your eyes. And then Jack would say not enough orange or something along those lines, right? My goodness, how many signs can you have? Love it. Perfect signage right there. Are you lost yet? Go here, go here, go here, go here, go here. Oh my goodness. Lovely. When routes combine. I can imagine that being a very realistic scenario in here though, huh? Roads can be that much confusing. Yeah, this one is more acceptable, but them being in a line like that, my goodness. Stadium looks beautiful, I agree. Oh, it's not as exciting when you're just going straight on this route. It's when you're turning that the excitement comes in. That's very realistic sign arrangement. Yikes. Right. Truck entry. This is where we should have entered apparently. Job well done, guys. Did quite a bit. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for enduring the clumsiness. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope you enjoy your own drives if you have Idaho. If you don't, hope you enjoy your weekend nonetheless. Stay safe. Catch you guys on Discord. And yeah, stay tuned for more vids for Idaho. We have a lot of ground to cover. Even more ridiculous, or was it? Yeah, I can imagine that's being in Arizona because Nat Vander is responsible for that accuracy with the signs. I think also with here. Alright, thank you. Have a good day, have a great weekend, and catch you on Discord. Clumsy Trucking. Thanks and bye-bye. Thanks, Hud. And thanks, Alex, for moderating and with all those links. See ya.